Hello fairy friends, we are back with our Tiny Tears. I'm going to put her in her own playlist so you can watch start to finish, but I wanted to go over really quickly what we've done already. She was missing her fingers. We made an armature for her fingers. We sculpted her fingers. This video is painting to match her skin tone and match some of that aging. So we'll go over that. It was supposed to also be at the end sewing her outfit, but I'm still down with my back, so hopefully when I'm better we will have one more video for Tiny Tears and she will be in all of her cute little glory and totally finished. And I definitely need to get better because I'm running out of the videos that I had recorded before I was down. So let's just look here at the colors that I think that we might use, and it just says orange. That's good. Not fancy, no crazy name. Skin tone, that's that one right there. White, and then a black, and then a brown, and this says raw sienna. There's still some on the lid. I'm going to go ahead and start mixing what I think will go together. And if you have a palette, let's see if I'm in here correctly. If you have a palette, then you would want to use that. I'm just using the wax paper. So I'm thinking it's mainly this color right here that we're going to use. But I feel like it's got to have like a little touch of the orange in it, only because I feel like this has had some cigarette smoke damage in it, like to stain it. So, and this is just a kind of a figure it out as you go. We don't need this much paint, honestly, but just for the purpose of showing you guys on here. Plus, it's better to mix up a lot. We are doing a special color that you're mixing like several shades, or different colors rather. It's really just probably a good bet to go ahead and mix up a lot of it, because chances are you're not going to get that mixture exactly right next time. Alright, and then I'm just going to touch into that gray, and I hope that you're seeing this, or the black, just to add the gray. And I think I might have got a little too much. We want to start little, just the tiniest amount, because you can always keep adding. You know, you go too hard with that black, then you ruined it. And I apologize for that sound. That is the house. That's the pipes when we run hard. Alright, and then move this over, and we'll just kind of see what we think of it. And I'm thinking it needs that brown, so let's add in the brown. And you know, as you're working, you might actually cancel out some of the color that you've put in. Don't worry about it. We're using such a small amount to begin with of each of the colors. Like I said, we're figuring this out as we go. Alright, I added a little, just too much of that brown, so let's sneak some of this back in, of our peach. Let's see what we got here. And I need a little bit more white. And you definitely want to make sure you're mixing it up. I don't have one of my palette knives up here. These kind of have like a little bit of a sharp edge at the end.
These are still good, right?
What, baby?
These are still good, right? Brush them off.
Let me see. Oh yeah, those blueberries are plump. Alright. I think we can go ahead and just see. Nope, I want some more gray in there. Or black. Come on, we're gonna get this, guys. I'm gonna kind of hang out over here on this end of our pile because that's got the gray in it. Or the black that we're wanting. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and see because we can always add a little on top. Let's sit her up a little bit. And get her a little bit. Does that look better? Okay. Sorry, I ate a blueberry. My son was trying to see if the blueberries were okay. And you know what? I'm not liking that little bump right there. And sometimes, you know what, you are going to see something that didn't really look like an issue until you painted it. But we might be able to solve our issue with a couple of coats of paint. Now, I was kind of going for a look of the fingers so that they didn't look brand new. I mean, I don't want them to look disgusting and like chewed up or anything, but I also didn't want them to look pristine as compared to the rest of the hand. And that would be your choice to make. So I am happy with the color. I'm happy. Oop, there's a little bit of white there. I'm happy with the coverage. I'm not happy with a couple of the bumps. Okay, let's turn her over so we can get her other side. There's some bumps in her clay sculpting where it joins. And what I'll do, like I said, I'm going to try to see if it'll get fixed with extra paint, coats of paint. If not, it might be a thing where I'm going to have to say it doesn't have to be perfect. The fingers that are here, that are still present, are not in brand new condition. And it certainly is better than no fingers. So I'm going to let that dry and then I'll do a time lapse. I'll go ahead and do this pinky over here. I'm going to do a time lapse and then that way possibly, so you can see that finger right there. I'm not going to try to add a little tip to it, but it doesn't have a tip anymore. So these fingers are not in great shape, the ones that are still here. And this looks a little bit more gray on this hand. So we might have to do another coat, but on this one, do it a little bit grayer maybe. So, not making an excuse for the poor sculpting on the fingers, but I guess it's kind of a happy accident, as Bob Ross would say. That they aren't perfectly sculpted, because then it might not match the rest of the fingers that are there. So I will let these dry. It shouldn't be too long because acrylic paints last or dry pretty fast, and I'm going to just keep on building up and get a little bit of more smoothness on there. I'm going to do a little bit of gray shading on her hand where I painted up on her hand. I hope you can see that. It's a little bit too, it's just a little bit too tan right there. Or too normal, I should say. And then you just have to kind of just play with it. Make sure you're getting it right, and then you can always taper off with the paint so there's not a harsh line. Kind of like the idea when if you wear foundation. You blend with your jawline so you don't have a harsh line of your concealer on your face into your jawline. Okay, I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to go ahead and put a matte varnish, and I'll show you that now. I'm not going to show you actually doing it because it's just the same as you would the paint, even it's more simple because you don't have to mix anything. But this is what I'm using, and this is the matte Mod Podge, and it's the matte. So there's all sorts of different finishes, and we don't want to shine to this. There will be a slight sheen to it anyway. It's just how it is, so it's about as much as we want because the rubber does have a slight sheen to it, but not much. So I'm going to let her dry, and when her paint is completely dry, that is when I will go ahead and do this. And I won't show it because, like I said, you just brush it on, let it dry. Okay, everyone, I recorded this before I was down with my back, and while I am waiting for my surgery, I'm going and editing it, even though I put this one off because this was supposed to be the last one, and included in this video I was going to record sewing her outfit, which I haven't been able to do. So I'm going to make a playlist just for the tiny tears so you can watch from start to finish, but expect one more. And sorry that I've broken it up into so many pieces, but I'm running out of things that I've already recorded and I don't have anything else to edit, so I'm gonna have to get better soon here. Thank you guys as always for spending some time with me, and I hope you have a magical day.